Welcome to When Culture Calls, where three worlds have collided. We're bringing girl talk to the main stage while flipping culture on its head with our passionate point of views. You're dialed into deep connections and necessary conversations. Whenever I need someone to call on, I know I got my girls.
Welcome to When Culture Calls. I'm Endeshia.
I'm Kalifa.
And I'm Amara.
And today this is our second, well, this is actually our official first episode. What you have seen already, if you have already seen it thus far, was our pilot. So if you are coming back, we are so happy to see you here. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and follow us on all of our social medias. We want you to be part of our family. So today, ladies, I have a topic that I want to bring to the forefront because it was a discussion between myself and my partner recently regarding phones. Like, what is our ideas and our thought process about access to phones or whatever? So I wanted to bring it to you guys and see what you guys think about it, right? So the first thing is, do you believe that your partner should have full access or any access at all to your phone? You gotta teach me how to love, I still don't know now. I got trust issues. Kalifa, we gonna start with you.
I think that, yeah, access to your phone is fine. I think it also is about boundaries. In my relationship, I am married, and it's kind of like, you know, our lives are so intertwined that although we have different devices, it's like you can use my phone, I can use your phone, and it's no problem. I think that for some people, sorry, I think that for some people, if there is a boundary about phones, then that should be talked about. It shouldn't be taken lightly because at the end of the day, we are in this day and age where social media and phones and devices are extremely sensitive. It's a sensitive area for relationships or even just in general. So I think that that has to be like a talking piece within your relationship. But for me personally, yeah, my husband, he has access to my phone, and I don't mean to put a damper on anything, but honestly, if you're with your person and that's who you locked in with, married or not, committed though, I think it's important that they have access to certain things on your phone because if something happens, sometimes somebody doesn't have access to that phone. That phone literally, God forbid, in a God forbid situation, like death situation, what if somebody can't get into your phone? What if somebody can't get into your iCloud? What if there's things on your phone that could be helpful? So I think there are levels to it and reasons for why access to a phone is important. But definitely boundaries, and definitely this should be talked about and be a transparent type of understanding.
I love that. And Amara, what do you think?
I definitely agree with Khalifa. I do believe that you should have access to your partner's phone with boundaries if you want to set any boundaries. Me personally, the last relationship I was in, I had access to his phone. He had access to my phone, but we trusted each other. So anytime I needed to use his phone, anytime he needed to use my phone, it wasn't like a thing. We never had like underlining feeling of, oh my God, is there something in there? So I feel like as long as there's boundaries, as long as you trust your partner and everything, there's no problem with having access to each other's phones. Yeah, so you can have access to my phone, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page as you guys. Like, I feel like access, I don't have issues with people having access to my phone as long as it's a discussion beforehand and we agree upon it. If you are sneaking into my phone or like trying to like do something outside of the realms of like trusting me, then I feel like that's a red flag and that's definitely an issue. And that I don't want to be a part of. But I feel like if we agree that, hey, can have access to these socials. This is my password, whatever the case may be. Have that it. I think that that's okay. So I don't really have any gripes with that. But I did want to go ahead and present to you ladies a segment that we have on our show called "Hang It Up or Dial In." So it's pretty much a thumbs up or down, thumbs down. Hang it up is like, no, we are not doing this. We don't want no parts, and then dial it in. It's just like, maybe we can see where this is coming from. Yes, I agree, and it's a go. So for the first question, I want to know, like, as far as like social medias, do you believe that your people should be following the opposite sex on a regular basis. What's your thoughts on that, Amara?
I do not necessarily care for my person, my partner, whomever I'm dating, to have social media. However, we are in 2023 and we're all adults. So if you do have social media, as long as you are following clean women that are, doing things of good morale, I don't mind. But if you are following women who are shaking their ass, songs in their booty, sucking cucumbers and shit like that. No, absolutely not. We're not doing that. We are not here for that. This is not Pornhub, and I'm gonna have to question you as a partner. And I want to trust you. That's what I want to do, but I can't if that's the type of content that you're following.
So are you choosing
So
dial it in or are you choosing hang it up?
I'm hanging it up.
Hang it up. Okay. And Khalifa, what are you choosing?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know if it's just my situation, meaning I'm married, so it's like I don't have infidelity issues that have arisen ever, which praise God, from whom more blessings flow. But I would say we can dial it in because I think if you are excessively following big booties and nudity, that's veering on the side of sexual things, and your eye doors, windows, that's important. So what you are looking at affects your mental, because I don't want you looking on the internet and thinking you coming to me with certain projections that you're seeing on the internet. So we're going to have to manage that. So I think it's a dial in situation. Now if you're with a creep, you're with a creep. If he is acting as if social media is Backpage and all of these other social media sites, then he has a problem, and that's a red flag. But if it's something like taste level, like why are you following all of these girls that's doing this, doing that, talk about it. But if it's a red flag, it's a red flag, and it may seem minimal because it's just social media, but your eye gate matters. And so we will have to dial it in and talk about it before I hang it up.
Okay, okay, okay. I think I'm gonna go with dial it in because of my current relationship, but I feel like I should have definitely hung it up in previous relationships. So I feel like if you are in a healthy relationship and there are women that your man is following, but it's not excessive, and yeah, sometimes it might be a little bit like they're sexy or whatever the case may be, but it's not something that is like you guys said, obsessive, or it's just like these wild women running rampant on your freaking like the idea of actually clicking follow when you can just scroll and always see it. Like there's always ass on the internet, but if you for follow, you want to be tapped in. I need to
Mm-hmm.
know why we
Mm-hmm.
want to be tapped in. I
Mm-hmm.
need to know. Let me stop. No, so with this relationship, I feel like it wouldn't have been an issue if I see like a girl pop up here and there. He's not like this big social media guy. His page is private.
Praise God.
Hallelujah. Thank the Lord. Praise him, Jesus. Hope it never changes. But his page is private. He's not like this big social media dude. He posts here and there. I watch his stories. It's cute. It's a great time. But I have been in other relationships where it was just like, I was obsessive. I was like literally going through this man's like followers, like all I'm seeing is woman and woman and woman and ass and shaking and shaking and shaking. And I feel like I don't care how secure a person I was, like that just made me just like, why do you need to be tapped in with all of these different people? Like this to me, it just didn't make sense. And I feel like I know men would like to change, oh, you're insecure, you should be secure, social media is not a big deal. But at the same time, I feel like if you are in a partnership, there is a line of respect. And I feel like if you are teetering over that line of respect, then and consistently, then it should be hung up. So I definitely agree on the hang it up. So the next hang it up all dial in that I have is if your person went through your phone without your knowledge, you don't know. Okay. Do you hang it up or do you dial it in?
How do we find out if we don't know?
You eventually know. Like they went behind your back and did it, but you eventually know whether it comes up in conversation, whether they say something is just like, how would you even know that? Like there is a it definitely comes to light. So when it comes to light,
Or when you go on your phone and you look at your messages and it's on like the wrong screen or it's doing something weird and you're like,
exactly.
I know I did not do that.
Okay.
So you hanging it up or dialing it in, Khalifa?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. My husband, he will go through my phone, and I know he goes through my phone. Like he will like literally like once a month. I'll know he scans everything, and to me, I think it's comical. Like, cause I'll know like iPhones now they have like you can go out of your message box all the way to where it says all messages, unfiltered like they have options. So
Mhm.
it'll be on that page, or it'll be on a message all the way from like November and we're in February, whatever. Like, so I'm just like, I know he had my phone today. I don't care because I think curiosity got to get the cat. You know, curiosity gets the cat. So I think like his curiosity gets the best of him because we don't have phone issues and he doesn't go through my phone. I don't go through his phone on a daily basis. It's kind of like, oh, let me do my little bi-monthly scan and see what's up. So it doesn't matter. Now, if you're coming to me while you have gone through my phone and you're approaching me about something that you should have not even had access to, that begins to be one of those red flags. That begins to be problematic. If it's something where I could just answer like, oh, this is the situation. Like, oh, I've seen this message. What does that mean? I'm like, oh, that's the situation, and keep it moving. But if you're like pressing me, then we got a problem, and then it'll be a hang it up.
Okay, okay. So it's only hang it up if he finds something and approaches you, but you knowing that he went through it and doesn't find anything is dial it in.
Yeah, like yes, like I think that you
Now.
can go through my phone, but
Hmm.
if you are finding things that you if you're finding something, not saying that it's valid in what you're finding. If you are asking me, "Oh, what's this about?" whether it's with malice, like, "Who's this dude?" I can know the like we're in social media. I can know the dude cuz he's our editor. You may not be up to speed with who our editor is. So if it's little things like that where I am networking or if I'm having new contacts and you're not familiar with that and you're asking me, like I'm okay to clear it up because going through my phone, I really don't have an issue with it. But if you are having an issue where you don't like my answer is not good enough for you and then you're becoming insecure, then now you're creating a mountain out of a molehill and then we have a problem and that might be a hang it up for me. So
Okay,
that's why I'm indecisive about it.
I understand that. I like that you explained that. So, Mara, for you, do you believe that a person going through your phone without your knowledge, but later on you find out, would you hang it up or would you dial it in?
I would definitely dial it in. I would want to know why are you even going through my phone. But for me, like I said, my partner could have access to my phone. You could have all the passwords. In fact, the last person I was with, he had the passcode to my social media, to my Instagram, and I didn't care because like I'm not doing anything. So if I'm not
Right.
doing anything, like there's no big whoop. But I definitely would want to know like why are you checking in on me, and is it because you have insecurities? For
Hmm.
me, someone who that I love dearly, I wouldn't want them to feel like I'm doing anything like that will cause an issue to our relationship. So I would definitely want to have these conversations. But if it becomes like Khalifa said, a mountain out of a molehill, I think I may have to hang it up because I can't live my life trying to secure you every single day, trying to let like I'm here for you.
Right.
But yeah, in the very beginning, I would say dial it in.
Okay, okay. I think I would definitely, I actually do agree with that too. I feel like in the beginning, if it's something that happened once or twice, I could say dial it in. Because like if it's like the first incident, it's not something that's really like, like happening rampantly, like they're just like checking in everything that you're doing. Okay, cool. You might have had a slip up, maybe you were insecure, maybe you just want to know if things are really what they were, if it was the first time, I don't know. So I think in the very beginning, not the very beginning because that could definitely be a red flag, but like the first time in a relationship, I would say dial it in. But if it's something that becomes consistent, then I would definitely say hang it up. But I would hope that at the beginning of a relationship we have an understanding about what's our expectations with our phones, what's our boundaries, what we should do, what we should not do, and we respect those. So okay, so we got one hanging up and two dialed ins. And then next, I actually want to go ahead. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward. And I have a story time, y'all. So this segment of the show is the deep end, right? Where we pretty much come and tell you something that we are personally going through or something that we are experiencing or have experienced, and we want advice from each other or just like to hear each other out about what's their take on it. So, in this situation, the question at hand is, are you okay with your partner being a scapegoat for his friends when they have their little infidelity issues? And what I mean by that is them pretty much the partner's friends telling their girlfriends, oh, well, I was with this person when they really weren't. They're using them as a scapegoat to pretty much ease by their own infidelity, right? So with this story, right? This is the story at hand. So my person's friend has a girlfriend, and apparently they had some trust issues that were going on. And on this specific day, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't remember which one was going to New York City, but one of them were driving out of the guy and the girl. It's gonna come to me as the story goes. So one of them were actually driving to New York City, and because they have a GPS like signal through their phone, they have access to see where their car is pretty much at all times. So I do believe it was the girl who was supposed to be going to New York City. So when the guy is looking at the app, he's like, "Oh, she on her way, whatever the case may be." But the girl had actually given like her friend the car to pretty much like go, but she actually did not go. So when she no no no, I remember what happened now. I actually remember it. So he was going to New York City and she was looking at where he was supposed to go. So apparently, I don't know if he didn't remember that she had this access or whatever the case may be, but he didn't end up like going on the path to New York City. So she sees that. So she sees that she goes to a house and she calls him. She's like, like, where you at? She's like, oh, I'm on my way to New York City, about to have a good time, whatever the case may be. But she can see that this man is still in the state
Mm.
that they live in. So the girl is like, no, you're lying, like you're not there. So then the guy is like, okay, well, let me drive to my person's house. Let me drive over there because I need this to be like, yo, we all here together. It's like some type of house situation going on. It's a house party. This is why we over here. So the girl ends up pulling up to my boyfriend's house because they all know each other. Cause
Mhm.
so pulls up to my boyfriend's house and is like banging on the door, like, what's tea? Like, where's this man? He has a girl. It like the girl is actually at my person's house too. And I have like the camera footage, everything. I can see like everything that's happening. And then you see his girlfriend, the guy's girlfriend, because the guy gets in the car, the guy's girlfriend like runs across my boyfriend's lawn and is chasing this man. And this man, like, even after the situation unfolded, like you clearly see what is going on. She clearly saw the other girl, but he's trying to make it seem like no, is my boyfriend. That's like his homegirl, and they brought them there together for whatever reason. So it's become this big thing where like they do have like a lot of mutual friends, and this person is running with the story that he don't know this girl and my person is the reason why this girl is here. Mind you, me and the person know the truth, so that's not even a question. I wouldn't even be telling this story. We wouldn't even be together if I even second thought like this was a lie. Like I can see on the film exactly what happened. So I'm just like, this is freaking crazy. So one day now, um, my boyfriend, one of his homegirls is in like a salon. The girl who's in this whole entire mix is a hairstylist. She's actually a well-known hairstylist in her city or whatever the case may be. So all the girls go to her. So one day my boyfriend's homegirl is in the salon and they're talking about this situation. So the girl is just like, yeah, this person had my boyfriend and this girl, they was trying to hook them up, da da da, telling the story. So his homegirl hit him up like, why is your name in the fucking hair salon? Like, what is really like,
Mm.
what's going on? And he's like, yo, what are you talking about? And she's like, this is the story that is running. And he's like, he doesn't care because it's just like at least we know that it's not true. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want people thinking that you running around doing shit like this. So he's just like, yo, like whatever they got going on is what they got going on. But now it's getting to a point where like the story was escalating and he was starting to be getting frustrated because I was expressing my frustration. And I just wanted to know from you guys, like, do you believe that your partner should be a scapegoat for the wrong things that their friends are doing? What's your thoughts? That was a lot. I know that was a mouthful, but what's your thoughts on that? Kalifa, you go first.
No, I don't want to go first. I want
Okay,
to be
Amara, you go
Amara. You go.
first.
um, that was definitely a lot to take in.
Yes.
It drained me. It really drained me. Um, now, now. I would like to consider myself a good friend. Okay, so I am not holier than thou. I will definitely tell a fib or two for my friend if I had to. Okay. However, I will also make sure that I protect my partner. So if the lie that I'm gonna tell for you is gonna affect my relationship, you're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it doesn't affect my partner, I'm here for you. I'll tell a fib for you. But after I tell that fib for you, I'm also gonna let you know like you're effed up. What you're doing is wrong. It's not okay. But this is me being a woman. Men are different. Men, you know, I think they don't even see cheating as a issue between friends. You know, I don't know. Um, their thoughts. I don't. Yeah, as a woman, I just personally think that I would tell a fib for my friend. So I don't see anything wrong with a man telling a fib for his friend. But like I said, if it's affecting my relationship, I can't help you out because I don't want what you're doing, like your mess, to spill over here. And I also don't want my partners to become insecure based off of, you know, people's perceptions of what I may be doing that I'm not even doing based off of what you're doing. So yeah, I wouldn't mind, but then I wouldn't mind. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle.
It's
I'm kind of in the middle.
situational. Trying to say
Huh?
it's situational. It's situational.
Yeah, situational.
Depends on the situation. All right, and Khalifa, what's your thoughts on this?
I'm gonna say for my guy. So if this was my husband, if his friend was out in the streets and his name got in it, I think for him it would not, like, he can, it can be okay if he doesn't have to contribute to the lie. So my thing is this: I'm not lying for you, friend or not. Like, I'm not lying for you. I'm just not. I'm not not because I wouldn't. I just don't. My friends, y'all, I don't think y'all would even have me lie for y'all. Like, I've never even been put in that situation where my girls ask me to lie for them. So I think that's why I am standing on I'm not lying for you. Now, if you throw me in a lie and I don't have to validate it, good. Use my name, run it through the dirt, say whatever you say. But the minute I have to enter into the conversation and give my testimony on the stand, meaning in front of your dude or your woman, then I'm not lying because that's my character in question. And inadvertently, if my husband was lying for his friend, I'm going to automatically say, oh, so this how you get at. So this is what's going on. So I understand girl code. I understand like little white lies. That's little, but I also believe that you guys would have never put me in a situation to lie for you, and you guys will hold your own when it comes to y'all dude. So I think that your dude's friend was wrong and trifling. No shade, no tea, but that was that was not acceptable because the minute I actually have to put my validation on your lie, now my character comes in question. And then, as you said, it started to affect your relationship. Not really like because it's true, but because it's coming and it's making it's making you guys look weird. So that's where I stand on it. I'm not lying. I don't think my girls or my brothers or whomever will put me in a situation to lie. But feel free to lie and say my name. Say my name, say my name. But if they come to me, I'm outing you.
What?
So I'm in the middle of the two of you guys. I'm in the middle of the two of you guys because I wouldn't necessarily say that I would out my friend, but I'm also on the same page. I'm not lying. So if they come to me and they ask me questions, like I'm walking away, like we're not having this conversation and talk to your girl. Like I personally don't want no parts of this. So whatever she told you, that y'all gotta work that out on yourselves. I'm not gonna out you, but I'm definitely not gonna lie for you either. That's how I feel. But I do feel like men operate a little bit differently. I actually don't believe like he would have had an issue with it if it just stayed between them three, the guy, the girl, him, just
Right.
whatever shit that y'all got going on. But now when it start, and I wouldn't have had an issue with that either if it was just like, okay, this is just here. Like even when he told me we watching the video, I'm laughing, like we having a conversation about it. It's cool. But then when you're talking about people in the salon and now your name is being inputted in public and you are my person, now I feel away because it's just like we know that this is a lot, and I feel like that's the most important because we know the truth. But at the same time, I don't care what people think. Like I think public perception to a degree matters, and I feel like I wouldn't want anybody out here thinking that my person is doing something that he is simply not doing. Like if he was doing something and y'all wanted to hang him to the fire, hang him to the fire. Like even if I forgive him, didn't forgive him, hang that motherfucker to the fire. I don't care. I don't care. Like it is what it is. You got to suffer the consequences of how people view you. But now suffering the consequences of how people are, they don't. I mean, they don't really view him differently. But it's just like that. Even being in conversation, period, to me bothered me. But this whole entire situation is way is way far removed. They actually are no longer cool. Like him because that's not even where it stopped. It kept going to like this bigger thing. And then it was just like,
Yeah,
well, like
that's
stop including me in your lie. Like now it's getting to a point where it's just like, okay, you're a liar. We know that you're a compulsive
yeah,
liar. Like why? Like I don't even want to be a part of this anymore. I don't want to talk to your girlfriend. I don't want her calling me. I don't want people talking about this. Now it's getting to a point where you're affecting my peace and my situation.
right.
So they're not. They wasn't like best of friends before, but they are like cool people. Like they've known each other for a long time, but they're not like best of friends or anything like that. So
Wait, so they
yeah,
weren't
I'm
even
not.
like best friends? What are you doing? Like you gotta be extremely close to to be calling your friend expecting them to lie for you.
Exactly. And the only reason why this he ended up in this situation because wherever the guy was close to my boyfriend's house. So it was just like, okay, I could just quickly go there. Like it was in like probably like a 10-minute like radius. And he's like, oh, I could quickly go there. So this is a great excuse that I can get my girlfriend. I feel like if he was by close to his best friend or something like that, he probably would have used anybody. But my boyfriend ended up getting tied up in the shenanigans. But that's it. For that, definitely we're not gonna hang it up, but this is definitely a hang up. I don't like the scapegoat shit at all.
That's a slam the phone down.
That
That's
is,
Yeah,
what that is.
we
right.
gotta add that. That is definitely a single phone down.
Amara was like, "What?" when I said my point of view, but I I'm gonna go with the Endeshia part where I'm not going to oust my friend. Like, but I also truly believe the way that the story was told, like how you guys are not on that type of time. So I just feel like if you were on that type of time, honestly, I might out you because get your life.
What?
in
No,
this in
no.
this situation, I agree. In this specific situation where like you're literally continuously lying. Like there's no way out of this. Like I need people, like I need this to be dead. Okay. I could see if the person chose to like go ahead and out it, right? But for any other situation, I normally wouldn't out my friend. I was just like, listen, y'all deal with that on your own. I don't want no parts.
Okay, so we until Indesha told us it continuously happened, we were just under the assumption that he lied one time until she let us know it continued.
Mhm.
So would you out your friend that
No.
one time, Khalifa?
Oh, I wouldn't.
No, I'm never gonna out my friend. That's why I cleaned it up. Where I'm never outing my friend. I'm taking the route of y'all problem.
Not Amara taking notes like don't use Khalifa.
No, and no, because
Don't
yes,
use
no.
Khalifa.
But I also really believe that you guys have never put me in a situation where I needed to lie for you. You guys handle your own scandal
Mm-hmm.
and you handle it appropriately. So my girls, they handle They ain't in the scandal, but if they are, they gonna handle their scandal without me. And you can use my name. That's what it's like, kind of like a reference. You can write my name down. You can say I was your landlord. You can say all of that. Like, if you want to lie in that situation, I'm gonna pick up the phone like, "Hello, this is Kalifa Management. Yes, she was a good tenant. Yes, she worked for the company for 20 years. She is. Yeah, we're sad to lose her." I'll lie, but your spouse or your partner, I don't really feel comfortable lying because y'all might stay together, and then I look like you can't. Then he's not gonna want you to be friends with me no more.
Yeah.
I'm not lying for your spouse.
Yeah.
I will lie, and when I say spouse, I'm using that term loosely. Partner, your dude, committed relationship, y'all locked in. I'm not lying. I'm going to keep my mouth shut, and me keeping my mouth shut is already gonna be a telltale sign.
I had a friend call me one time and she was like, "Hey, remember when we went to such and such? What drink did you want to get?" I literally just made up a drink. And then she hung up the phone on me. Then she called me back later, and I was like, "What was that about?" She was like, "Oh, I just wanted to see if you would lie for me." And it was a TikTok trend, and I literally lied for her.
I saw
Yeah,
that
yeah.
trend. I saw that
No,
trend.
I think automatically, Amara, if you call me and like, girl, whatever, I mean, like, girl, I'm gonna go along with it because again, I know my people.
Mm-hmm.
That dude was not a part of the character of people I
No.
keep in my corner, so he had to get he had to get fried, and I'm snitching. I don't care. In that situation, don't even pull up on my doorstep because now you're bringing problems to my doorstep. No.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
He
that is
he
where he felt offended. Like, you brought this to my door, like it,
he
like
did
to
That's
too
my
much.
neighborhood. Like, what are we? There's a lady literally running across his yard. He's like, "Yo, I don't want no parts of that." But as we
And what
wind
if she
down,
came blasting and ready to shoot everybody?
right,
Like,
that part. But as we wind down for Khalifa, last thoughts on this? Go on, take it away. A
okay.
few
So
seconds.
when we and then I don't. Okay, so when you first brought it up, I was like, honestly, the for the girl to even follow him and chase him down and figure it out, I think that
it's
was
crazy.
I would not do that. And I know that might seem crazy, and I'm married. If my husband is supposed to be somewhere and he's not there, and I know he's not there, I'm trusting that the GPS is honest. Baby boy, do your thing because when you come back,
Mm-hmm.
it's a new residence. So I'm not even and that might be an unpopular opinion, but I swear to God, like when you said that she went to go like
Mm-hmm.
all of this, like I'm not doing that. If I know you cheating and I already have enough proof, we really got nothing to talk about.
They're very much in a toxic situation. But as we do wind down for this episode, I wanted to ask you guys before I'm closing, because this is When Culture Calls. So again, everybody who is tapped in right now, please go ahead and subscribe. Like, I hope that you guys like this episode. I definitely enjoyed this episode. So I hope that you guys tap in with us for all the future ones coming. But before we leave here today, I would like to ask you guys, who is someone in this upcoming week that you believe you have to dial in with? Who is someone that you have to call and actually tap in with? Because sometimes people come across your mind, you don't actually reach out. I feel like sometimes we're not fully like maintaining and like, there's always that person that they constantly cross my mind and I don't actually call them in. Who is someone this week? And we want to put it here so that next week we can confirm that we reached out to that person. Who was that person for you guys?
Uh,
Kalifa.
so I am really the queen of outreach. Like I will hit a lot of people. Like I hit my people. I hit them up often.
Mhm.
So I think I haven't been in correspondence with my stepmom, and for me, my stepmom she was like a mom. She is like a mom to me, and I haven't really talked to her much. Like we text, a lot. So I feel like I need to get on the phone with her, even though it's probably gonna be like a 10-15 minute call. I feel like I need to tap in with my stepmom, and get loved on and love on her, and let her know that I am thinking about her and seeing, how's life going more on a personal level because sometimes text messages make you feel like you tapped in and you're not. So I'm gonna call my stepmom.
Awesome. All right. Stepmom is getting a call this week. Amara.
Nobody. um, I
No
listen.
one?
Right now I'm loving up on myself. I feel like
Okay.
when I get anxious when I start thinking about who I have to call, who I have to check in on. Sometimes I just don't. I just want to be like. Sometimes can I
Mm-hmm.
just be? So as of right now, nobody. I might have a different thought next week, but
Okay, nobody. For me, um, there's two people. I need to actually tap in with. I need to actually reach out to my nieces and my nephew. I need to see them actually
Aw.
this week. It's been, I think the last time I saw them was like 2.5 weeks ago. So I'm gonna go with them. I was gonna go with one of my longtime friends, but I'm definitely gonna tap in with them first. It's been a while. So hopefully next week we can both agree. Well, everyone here, well, Amara ain't got nobody call in. So Khalifa and I, we can come back and confirm that we did what we said. I really did love this episode. Again, everybody, this is When Culture Calls. Go ahead and tap in with all of our social medias. My name is Endeshia.
I'm Kalifa.
And I'm Amara.
And this is episode 1. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.